Welcome back. My name is Indica Burnet. I'm a sports massage therapist and I'll be hosting this week's self-massage series brought to you by Fusion Health. Today we are going to be focusing on my favorite kind of massage to finish off. We're going to be doing face and jaw. We hold so much tension in our face because it's the most expressive part of our body. So today we're going to be trying to release any tension, especially in our jaw. Anyone who grinds their teeth or clenches their jaw or even chews a lot of gum will find that there's a lot of tension in these areas. Anyone who suffers from headaches, we're going to be focusing on the temples as well. So for this massage, we don't need oil, and if you do want to use oil, a light face oil is all you should be using. So grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, rose hip, something that's not going to clog up your pores and make you break out. Before we start the massage, you just want to make sure that your face is nice and clean, you don't have any makeup on, and that your nails are chopped short because we don't want to scratch our face. So to begin with, we just want to slow everything down and relax a little bit. We want to drop into that parasympathetic state to promote self-healing. So taking away any distractions and just focusing on your breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Repeating that a couple of times just till you feel your heart rate drop so that we can really promote self-healing in the body. So to begin with, we're just going to start by palpating the forehead. We're working from the center of our forehead, so sort of in between our eyebrows, and going out to our temples. Now, if you don't know where your temples are, the best thing to do is just clench your jaw and you'll feel these muscles fire. That's your temples. As we're working on our temples, just go slowly and adapt your pressure depending on how much you can handle. Because that still is a bit of a sensitive area, but it's somewhere you do want to pay a bit of attention to because that's where a lot of people can feel their headaches. So rubbing on your temples can relieve a lot of pressure, especially if you're someone who suffers from tension headaches. So we're moving all along our forehead, working our way up to our hairline. I also like to sort of get into my hairline a little bit and stimulate some blood flow up into my skull, even to begin with. So you might want to spend a little bit of extra time on your temples, just relieving that tension. And then I like to just do a couple of glides over the eyebrows. This is a really, really expressive part of our body, so we also want to just give a little bit of attention to our eyebrows and release any tension that might be built up there. And we're always using our temples as a bit of a guide to come back to. I kind of break up my face into three parts. So we've got our forehead, we've got sort of our cheekbones, and then we've got our jaw. So we're always using our temples as a bit of a guideline to come back to. So now we're moving down into that middle section and we're going from the bridge of our nose and we're working our way along the cheekbones. Don't mind the faces that I'll be pulling during this. So we're going from the bridge of our nose where a lot of people feel headaches. A lot of pressure can build up there as well. So this is another good point if you are someone who suffers from tension headaches. And we're going to travel along the top of our cheekbones, returning to our temples. This is also really good for clearing out your sinuses as well. and promoting detoxification. So we're going to do that as many times as you want. We're also stimulating blood flow to our eyes. So if you're someone who has big bags under your eyes, you really want to promote blood flow to that area. So after I've gone over the bridge of the nose a couple of times, I like to then travel down the bottom of my cheekbones. So you'll feel, if you feel along your cheekbone, we're kind of hooking in underneath now. We're using that as a guide. And then traveling back up, sort of up into our ear. This is a great one as we get closer to our ear. It's a great one also for opening up the jaw, because the next place we're going to be working on is that masseter muscle. So this is what helps us clench our jaw as we're chewing, and it can get really, really tight. So what we're doing is just creating circular motions over this masseter muscle. A lot of people experience TMJ issues, so issues in that big joint of our jaw, and that can be because the muscles are too tight. So we really want to work to loosen up these muscles. Only apply as much pressure as you're comfortable with, and this area can be quite sore to massage. It's quite tense for a lot of people, so you might want to just spend a bit of time warming up this muscle so that you can work a little bit deeper and apply a more sustained pressure. So I kind of go from these big circles that I was doing to begin with to warm up the muscle, and then I get a little bit slower and make them a little bit smaller and apply more pressure. Don't be alarmed if you're tighter on one side. I'm quite right dominant, and I'm a lot tighter on my right side. So I'm going to apply a bit more pressure on this right side to loosen up that muscle. Alrighty. So the beauty of doing this at home is it doesn't matter how you look, but we're going to slide our fingers from the middle of our chin up along that bottom jaw, back up to the TMJ joint. And we're just stretching the skin of our face. You will finish one of these massages with quite a red face, and that's not something to be alarmed about at all. So here we're always going back to that TMJ joint. And then one little last massage in that TMJ joint. There we go. And then I like to end just stimulating the scalp. So just using your hands to massage all over the scalp, getting in behind the ears, because that's where a lot of people hold tension. With your thumbs, you can do circular motions all along the back of your ears, down the base of your skull. This is a beautiful one to add in on top of the neck massage, because you've just stimulated all that blood flow up to your scalp, and now we're just creating even more circulation. So I like to do this massage at the end of the day when you're able to down-regulate and then let yourself stay in that parasympathetic state for the rest of the night, because your body will continue healing itself when it's given that chance to drop into a really relaxed rest and digest state. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and just remember, it's the little things that you do that really maintain and add to your overall wellness and health. So just taking 10 minutes to give yourself a little self massage is so important for your health.